and we'd have all the street taken up. So
I didn't see the Duramax. I saw that 69 Firebird and started slobbering.
we just had
Big block, 455, big block in it.
Yeah, and we just had a 66 Cornet leave today. We do anything from classics to everyday cars.
That car that's show quality. I mean, it's
beautiful.
A nice storm gray, polished, and it's got the beauty rings on it. That's a beautiful ride out there. I might be tempted to take it for a test drive.
It's not available for test drive.
Well,
see, Dom told you now.
That doesn't mean it can't be test drove.
Watch out.
I like being manager.
Yeah.
You never know. Papa Mac might be listening.
Right. I was joking. I was kidding.
Oh, boy. Sportsman on night 2 of the Fall Frenzy.
Frenzy.
That's,
remember that
yeah,
word.
Frenzy. Chris Fisby tried to make it 2 nights in a row. Unfortunately, couldn't start the event. 12th position, Casey Rhodes in the 55. Mark Von Silden, the 21.5 car. Just shy of making the top 10. 333 of Eric Lindquist. Cracked the top 10. Mm-hmm. Jeff Titus in the number 5. Clyde Rude in the 0. The 27 machine of Kent Emery. Vast improvement over night 1. Ended up finishing 7th that night.
Big improvement.
Right on the tail feathers of the old bird himself, Glenn Hackney in the 2 machine. Mm-hmm. Lauren Cruzy, another top 5 for him.
Both nights in the top 5. Like I said, he had a great weekend.
Fantastic weekend for him. Steve Pfeiffer put it all together. That 75X machine's now starting to contend with a top spot. Mm-hmm. Here's the one that's going to shock everybody.
It did.
Second position was Jeff Rash in the number 1. So we got 2 drivers we haven't mentioned now. The 97 of Ryan Emery and the 25 of Slover.
Yep.
Let's just say 97 ran out of time.
And he ended up 3rd.
Yeah. He needed a caution. I mean, the 25 car was so good on night 2 with James behind the wheel. Any chance at victory for the 97 for 7 straight wins was going to require a caution, and that didn't happen. These guys drove a great race. Mm-hmm. The sportsman race on night number 2 was that last run. I think there was 1 caution early in the race, and then they went like on I want to say a 15-lap, 18-lap run where it was just good racing. I mean, it was fun to watch, and you get a good long run like that.
Yeah, it was nice, clean. Everything was going good.
Yeah.
But Ryan just plain ran out of time.
Ran out of time and ran out of luck. That caution just said, sorry, buddy, it's Slover's night. And I think that I'm pretty sure, looking at the numbers, even if with Ryan finishing 2nd, I'm pretty sure that's the 5th win. That's the 5th win of the year for the 25. I'm pretty sure that's going to lock up the title for the sportsman division.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, I'd be surprised.
You never know, though. I mean, you get a couple DNFs or DNSs in that category.
That's like I said, it's going to take a lot of luck for Emery to win that title.
It's not. That's the beauty of this new point system we're running at Willamette Speedway. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
But it makes it very, very tight with only having 1 point per position. It's
and it makes the trophy dashes even that much more fun to watch.
Yeah,
because there's 4 points up for grabs. I mean, there's 4 positions in the main, right there.
It's crazy. It's crazy, no doubt. But I don't think that I think there's 2 races left.
Yeah.
For the sportsman.
2 big car races left.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 races for everybody. I think we're running 6 classes the next 2 nights. Well, we got the schedule right here, Corey. Let's take a look.
We're off on the 9th. There's no racing this weekend.
And then we've got Protect the Crop, Thank a Farmer Night on the 16th, which is all 6 classes.
Right.
23rd is the Les Schwab Championship night, and also the infamous Tangent Mafia Beer Cup.
Oh, man.
And that's a 6-class night.
They've got one sitting there.
Yeah, don't hurt yourself, Dom. that thing ain't light.
It's not.
But it's built solid.
It's good
old
old American steel.
Did you just do that?
I did. I told you I'm tired, man.
He went there.
He went there. Super Sports night 2.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. You want to get excited about this, or do we just need to go put you to bed, Grandpa?
Shoot me.
Bang.
Super Sports, night number 2 at the Fall Frenzy.
50 of Justin Riker in 12th. Mike Becker in the 22 machine was 11th. Robert Mercer 30th. Or, excuse me, wow.
30th. I'm tired.
Wow.
10 and 30 look very similar when you have bad eyes.
You're drunk. Robert Mercer drives the 30 car.
I know, it's right there.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not drunk.
I'm sorry, folks listening at home. I'm sorry you have to deal with this. Go ahead.
9th was the 75X machine of Darrell Blanchard. 12-year-old McLean Bedoin, again, 8th place.
Not a bad run.
Dave Miller in the 55 was 7th. Dan Dybel set your fast lap time, 17.371, and finished 6th. Chris Mott in the 5th position. Randy Barley, the 3rd place. Doug Elkins in the OG machine.
Mm-hmm.
BJ Donofrio finished 2nd. A very good finish for Donofrio.
His best run of the year.
And the guy that finally put it all together, and he's had terrible luck. I mean, he hasn't been able to find luck in a four-leaf clover all year.
He hasn't.
I mean,
this was a big, big weekend for him. He finished in the top 5 on night 1. Night number 2, he was in a pack of cars that was fighting for the lead. And they were, I mean, it was like nobody was going anywhere. You had the leader up there, and then someone getting up next to him, and then someone had to check up. And it was like just when he'd have a run on somebody, it was touch the brakes, fall back in line. And it was good racing. But when you're in that pack of cars and you're in that lead group knowing that you're probably faster than most people and you can't go somewhere, that's frustrating. He caught a break. He went to the high side. And he checked out. The 84 finally had something put. You know, it all came together for him, and it's too bad it's taken this long into the season.
Because we all know how fast Clay is.
Well, you know, last year he won 3 or 4 races. This year he's barely finished.
To say he's had bad luck is an understatement.
So he said, you know what? He goes, we got to the point where we're just gonna hang it up. Where that's what he was telling me after interviews and stuff. He said we were just going to call it a season. We had to talk, and we put Bob Boyd in the car. Bob got in the car, got some feedback. Bob and Clay's dad went to work and did what they did on the old Rayburns. Said, listen, this is an old Rayburn. This is what we're going to do. Changed a couple little things. I don't think it was anything real major. Talking with Clay didn't sound like it was a major deal. And he put it together, and that 84 car was this last weekend was better than I think I've ever seen it. Truly, was the best I've ever seen that race car work with him and with that car and Clay together. A good run for him.
Well, think about all the experience you bring to the table when you put Bob Boyd behind the wheel, or even just looking at your car.
Bob Boyd's a former Supersport track champion. Clay's dad's a former Supersport track champion. They both won them in Rayburns. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. They've got an idea what's going on with these old cars, and they know how to make them work.
And they were around when sideboards were the thing.
Exactly. And it worked to his benefit because, and credit Clay because, like I said, being in traffic where he was at required a driver. It required patience. It required making the right decisions at the right time, and he did it. Kudos to him. And he drove a hell of a race, and then he got to the high side, and when he got up there, he stayed there and drove farther and farther away from that field the longer that race went on. A good race with it for
it was quite incredible.
Yeah.
IMCA Modifieds, your main event. 17 cars on night 2.
It was a good race.
Let's see here. Toby Ferrando in the 17E. Dan Scheller in the 98D was 16th. Mike Swear finished 15th. Brandon Biffle in 14th. Ryan Baker, 13th. Gray Ferrando was 12th, and I'm trying to remember if something happened to him or if it was just still...
Not a good weekend for Ferrando.
It really wasn't. Jimmy Schramm was 11th. Zach Simpson in 10th. Let's see here. 44P of Sam Potter in 9th. On the tail feathers of Hot Rod, who finished 8th.
Can I just say, tomorrow's his birthday, so I want to wish him a happy birthday, too.
Oh, Hot Rod McCombs?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Rod.
Happy birthday, buddy. Hope you filled out your AARP paperwork.
I did that a couple years ago.
That was last. Be nice. he's like my father to me.
He's a wily old veteran.
Oh, he's a good dude.
He is fun to talk to. I make sure we stop out there every week.
That guy, He's always good for a story. And
people don't know. A lot of people don't realize the history he's got at Willamette with his dad.
Yeah.
Dave was a legend out at Willamette Speedway, and Rod grew up there. I mean, he's been there just as long if not, the Arnold family. He was there from the time it started.
Yeah, in fact, in his family room, he's still got the Strawberry Cup his dad got in like 1960 something. I don't even remember what year it was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It'd be nice if Rod could add to that collection.
Yeah.
He's not far away from getting that win. I mean, he's right there on the verge. It's one of those deals where it's not win or not if, it's win. Mm-hmm. And I think we'll see that 04 car pull the future win.
Absolutely. 7th, the 21A of Matthew Drager. 6th, the 44T machine of Brian Thompson. 5th, the 21 of Steve Moore. John Campos finished 4th. Dustin Cady finished 3rd that night. And once again, we had the battle of the points battles up front again.
The kids.
Weinbarger and James up front, only separated by a pretty sizable amount, 2.733 seconds. James took home the win with Weinbarger finishing 2nd.
He swept the weekend for the modifieds. And that 13 modified with Bryce and James in it was spectacular this weekend. Probably the best I've seen that car run all year, and we've seen that car fast all year long. I don't know what it was about this weekend, but Bryson just was – he was
on his A game even last night.
He was, yeah.
He was ready to race.
Well, I don't know. You think about all the laps he put on the modified and late model on Saturday. Mm-hmm. All the laps he put on the late model and modified on Sunday. Then he went down to California.
Ran the Kyle Larson Showcase. Finished 4th.
Between Monday and Tuesday.
Loads up, rolls home.
Came home, and then last night
pulled out the late model
and ran at World Outlaws. I mean,
seat time.
I don't know how many.
That's why these young kids are so good. It's not like these guys that all the legends we talk about that got to run once a week, twice a week. During the summer was a big week, and there was 3 or 4 2-day shows. Mm-hmm. Some of these kids now are racing 4 nights a week. There's weeks during the racing season where they'll run 7 or 8 nights in a row.
Yeah.
And seat time is everything, and these young kids are figuring out what to do at such a young age. It becomes such a second nature to them. It's an incredible thing to watch. I mean, when you watch guys like the guys we talk about, the young guns we talk about all the time, Bryson James, Colin Weinbarger, Brian Kronk, some of the
Justin Duty,
who's running back with the World of Outlaws. I mean, these kids are. They truly are. It's a phenomenal thing to witness. Oh, it's cool.
Well, they have a lot of stamina too. Rod made a comment to me after the race. I was just darn tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Well, and the track was smooth.
Yeah.
The track was smooth. It was slick.
Yeah.
That is going to keep your hands busy in the cockpit. You've got to finesse that wheel. You're working that wheel. You're working the throttle. There's a lot going on. Anybody can be hammered down on a tacky track and drive the car. And I don't think you get that tired because you're not working. You're having to do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There'll be guys that'll argue that, like guys like Rob May on a tacky track that just muscle that car in, throw it sideways, and hang on to it.
Well, it's the physical exertion when it's a tacky track, but it's the mental and physical exertion.
It's the whole thing
when you're talking on a dry slick track, because you've got to work everything. It's not just all right, here comes the corner. Let's throw this sun gun in here and hope she sticks.
Yeah, because Rod's always been smooth.
Oh, yeah.
He is, yeah. To be smooth on a dry slick track, there's a lot going on with the pedals, the hands, the mind. Everything, top to bottom.
And the Schwartz machine that he's in is the first 4-bar car he's ever ran. And it's completely different than that 3-link Pro he used to run, the old orange 04 machine.
Yeah.
It's a whole different ball game.
Yep.
We also had a B main night 2 for late models.
We had a lot of late models. It was good to see guys having to, some guys transfer out of the B into the A like we did in the old days.
It's bringing the nostalgia back. The 04 machine of Charles Newquist
took a wild ride. It was a scary moment during the night. I know you guys were on scene immediately. He hit that entrance hard. I didn't see what spurred that. All I did, I was talking about something. I hear the word accident. I look up and I see Newquist with the front end, out on the racetrack, and the passenger side up against that entrance wall was. Yeah. That's not something you want to see ever. ever.
I can't even remember where I was and what I was dealing with, but all I heard was the red, and I was like, oh boy, here we go. And then I showed up, and it's like,